Okay, part 2 of this Rocky Mountain Race Week trailer. I'm slowly getting the door built. Not quite perfect around here. I think it's because of where I tried to save some money and didn't get this welded quite square. But it'll be okay. So I made a frame and got 2 additional supports in. And it's gonna go something like this.
We're done here in the fender well.
That noise you hear is the batch of chickens. Sorry about that. They're not quite big enough to go outside yet. And it's going to be a little cold, so you're going to have to listen to them. Sorry. So I got it squared. I got some spacers in. Got it all welded up. Now I'm cutting a couple of bars here, 11 inches to go here. We're going to go down like 3.5 inches and put a hinge there. And then up 3.5 inches and put a hinge there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these, get them welded in, and at least tacked in, and then I'll show you. Making some more progress out in the shop. I've got the door latch, at least temporarily mounted. Got to do a little bit more work with that. I don't like where these holes ended up. I'm probably going to drill 2 new holes here. Got it notched out a little bit right there. Going to have to make some adjustment with that. Make it a little tighter. And what I just did was I just mounted this here for a door stop. I've got it tacked and to help seal it. So I'm going to mount one here and one here. Have to leave it open in the middle for the latch. Getting pretty excited about getting this trailer wrapped up. I just picked up my aluminum sheeting today. It's in the back of my truck. So I just got to get moving on it. I do need to put some metal here just because of the shape of these hinges. Lots of things going on here in the Mudford garage right now. Got this frame completely done now. I added my supports for the hinges here. They are pretty heavy duty hinges for this little tiny door. I got my latch all in here. Whoops, have it locked. Just need to do some adjustment there. But this is looking pretty good. I think we're gonna throw some paint on this metal here. And for the Buick for race week, these just came in today. Really want to get them on. Set of coilovers. So that's gonna be way better, way easier than putting my limit straps in and all that nonsense and the spacers in the back. I can adjust these, set them up pretty stiff. Should be good for racing. But before I get to this, I'm dying to put these in, but I have to figure out what's wrong with this quad real quick because we haven't got Jeremiah's shock back for his yet. So we got a race coming up in a week and a half. I'm going to hopefully figure out what's wrong with this tomorrow and get the parts ordered from Rocky Mountain ATV and get them here so I can have this thing running if his shock doesn't show up in time. Really busy around here. So the progress on the trailer's been a little slow lately. Got a lot of other projects going on. Trying to get ready for our first ATV hair scramble coming up in a few days. So things got put on hold on this for a little bit. And I was working on the race car a little bit also. But anyway, the metal work is done. And you can see I slid the axle out from under it. And I've got the trailer all primered now. And then you can see I took the door off and the door is over here now and it's primered. So hopefully tonight I'll throw a coat of black paint on this and then this part will be done. And I can get the axle back under it, have it ready to put the aluminum sheeting on. Okay, so we got the board down for the floor in the trailer. Pretty snug fit. Looks pretty good. First try. Pay no one ever mind to that board over there. That's the one I screwed up on. So it's a good thing it comes in a 4x8 sheet because it gives you 2 tries. So finally working on getting the aluminum sheeting on this trailer. I don't quite have it perfect. I don't think the trailer is perfectly square. That's probably not a surprise to any of you. But I'm working it up now. My goal is to get this whole side screwed on and then get a board clamped on there and try to get a smooth fold and make it just go one piece right over the top. Not sure if that's going to happen or not. I'm going to keep putting some screws in and keep working this up, and you'll see shortly if it works or not. Don't have a lot of confidence that it will, but we're going to give it a try. If not, we'll just mark it and put a cut right there and then put another piece on the roof. So we did get this side done. Yes, I had to cut it as expected. I just used my jigsaw and cut across there. My jigsaw's junk. The cut doesn't look the best, but we will just put a piece of trim over it. Once we're done, we're gonna trim all the corners. There's some gouges. I don't think that's through the plastic. There's a plastic coating on this, but even if it is, there's going to be a trim piece right there anyway, so it should be fine. Yeah, it's starting to look more like an enclosed trailer now. Pretty happy about that. I'm just going to keep plugging away. Now I think I'm going to go ahead and do the other side, get that done next, and then we'll do the roof last. Okay, I got the second side on. That panel is just what was left over laying there on the roof. I do need to trim it a little bit because it's not quite square on there. I'm probably just going to trim it a little bit and then screw that down. So I got the roof on. It's coming together pretty nicely. Had a few little screw ups where I had a little problem with the drill, and then I got to fix a little spot there. But most everything else should be covered by the trim. I'm going to have to do some touch-up paint there. Try to fill that hole in a little bit there. But I've still got to do the front and then the back. Put the fenders on. It looks like I got to do a little adjusting. It's not quite tight against at the top. I'm going to have to do some bending on the bottom part of it. And then I put the axle back under it. I got to tighten those bolts up. And I've got the front all together. Just need to tighten those bolts up. I still have to do the lights. So I got the front sheet on now. Doesn't look too bad. Looks like I got a few scratches, but the plastic is still on. So that should hopefully clean up. We're just gonna figure out how to throw the trim on. I'll show you what I'm talking about with that. This is obviously a shorter piece, but what we're gonna do, get it situated on here. I'm going to make relief cuts where they need to go. One in the middle, one here, and one there. And then bend it to where it needs to be. And then weld it back together so that it has the right curve to it. So I need to do that first. And then I may even get this situated on here where this needs to go for the corner trim, and possibly get it lined up perfect and get this piece welded as well. So I'll probably take all these screws out along the top here and then try to get my aluminum piece relief cut so that it fits perfectly on here and get it marked up to be welded. Okay, I had a friend weld up my aluminum trim there. Looks really nice. It's just setting on there now. It looks way better than the way I had it all cobbled up. So I'm going to pull that back off. I have some black butyl tape, which I'm going to seal the seams with. This is the stuff they use on like RVs and trailers. Just stays pretty gooey and flexible. I'm just going to run it. I'm just going to take and run it right across all my seams, and then screw these. Then I'm going to screw this aluminum down. I think the plan is to just get the butyl tape down, fit the aluminum back over it. I got some shiny screws instead of the black ones. These are for where the sheet aluminum is, but I got some different ones for where it's going to go through the trim. Should look pretty snazzy. I'm going to go ahead and get the sealant on it and then get this piece back on. Okay, I got that butyl tape on. I got it all gooped up. I don't quite have it all sealed because this isn't staying down real good right here, but everywhere else is. Hopefully I can get it to stay here. It's really sticky. And then we're gonna, it's not staying real good, but we're gonna put the piece of trim on and that'll squish this together and it should stay sealed up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. I might have to set this down because I'm probably gonna drop stuff. If I don't, this fits pretty tight. Okay, I got the front trim on. I think it looks pretty good. We will caulk the edges of the trim just to give it a double seal then. So we'll have clear caulk on the outside edges of the aluminum, and then we'll have the butyl tape inside on the black aluminum, and hopefully it keeps it dry inside. Once I get the back on, that's just setting on there, I'll measure and run another strip of angle all the way across here, and I think this is going to be a pretty sharp looking little trailer. Okay, doing some last minute work out here, getting the race trailer ready for tomorrow. Going to a test and tune session, just an 1/8 mile, but what I want to do is have the trailer ready. Got the trim on the back now, and I just put this butyl tape across here, and I'm going to go ahead and put my trim on here. We're gonna go ahead and get this screwed down. Yeah, I've been on a blitz to get this trailer done. You can see I got it wired up. I've got the lights working on it. Got the back door on. Got everything done. Just about. It's not perfect. The hitch is could use a little higher. It's setting a little lower in the front. Maybe we can find one. I think I need a 4-inch drop. I'll see. Have to look around and see if I can find one. I just have a 3 1/4 right now. That would probably make it set a little bit leveler. But yeah, looks pretty good to me. There's a few things I got to finish. I ran out of those security screws for that. There's holes here because those don't line up with anything, so I had to drill a couple more. Got a bunch of junk jammed in here. I don't have the inside done. I'm actually going to put the styrofoam in the 1/4-inch board later, but I just wanted to haul up to this event today. Going to an airport in a town nearby to an 1/8 mile drag, and doing some testing and changing my setup a little bit to make this car go 9.0. It's a little faster than that. Jeremiah needs it at 9.0, so I got to figure out maybe a different pulley to use to make it run right at the 9. But anyway, getting ready to head up there right now. Pretty excited about it. Kind of cool having a little trailer to take. Should work pretty good. We'll see. I did a trial run with the trailer already. I pulled it behind the race car up to Gladwin to the Thunder on the Strip event. Everything with the trailer went fine. I did have a problem with the transmission on the car. What I'm doing now, I just got the trailer together and the lights working. But what I'm doing now is I put 1-inch styrofoam in there, and I'm gonna put 1/4-inch board on the inside just to strengthen it up, because my biggest fear was that something would be bouncing around in there and come through this thin aluminum sheeting here. So with that and the board, that should help protect actually the outside of it. So I just got a few more pieces to fit in here, and then I'm going to start cutting the board to go in there. So just finishing up this trailer. Got the wood in on the one side. Just trimmed a piece right here. For the other side, just have to trim it to length. Screw it to that wall. I don't know if we're going to have enough boards to do the front. I'm not buying another 4x8 sheet just to do one little section. I'm going to do the door first, and if I don't have enough to do the front part, I'll just won't do it. But I'm just going to keep going here. Got some screws to screw in. Once I get it measured up and trimmed, I'm just going to screw it to the wall and then do the same thing to this back part. I just shined the little trailer up a little bit. Probably as done as it's going to be. I threw the lights on so I could pull it with my car up to the next town for the airport event. I didn't paint them black. Now they're probably just going to stay red because I don't want to mess with it. But I've got it pretty much as done as I think I'm going to do it. Just shined it up a little bit. I think it turned out pretty good. Yeah, it could be a little better, but I'm not going to nitpick. I learned a lot. Just got to put a few screws in it that I'm missing right now. I think I'm going to change these ones to the silver ones, but that was all I had to finish it up. And I'm also missing one down there on the hinge. Got some more coming for that. But yeah, install the drip edge here on top of the door. Got the 1/4 inch plywood in now. I was a little bit short, don't quite have enough to do the top up there, but this is mostly just for protection of stuff going through the side anyway, so that should be fine. Styrofoam will help a little bit that I got behind there. But yeah, I'm real happy with the way it turned out. I can't wait to get to Rocky Mountain Race Week and be pulling this behind my car. Thanks for watching.